got two badass killers on our call today. We got Marissa Mazziotti. She built a 7-figure agency in just a few months, 7 months. And then we have Marco Trujillo. He built a $6 million agency in 6 months. So that's record-breaking growth, guys. Both of them are absolutely crushing it. We also got Jordan Lowry. He's going to be co-hosting this call as soon as I can get him up here in a sec. And Jordan, you there?
Yeah, buddy, I'm on here, and I have never been so excited to have, well, obviously you. I love co-hosting this with you because I know how dedicated you are, right? It's Sunday, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Thursday, whatever. But I'm super excited to hear from Marco, one of the fastest growing young leaders in the company, not just in the company, but in the industry. And then also my good friend, Marissa, who I can remember back when she first got started. I think it was her first month in the business. I'm not positive, but you know, when you talk about like dialing at 10 p.m. to book leads because you only have 11 appointments, like that's what it takes to win here, right? Because it's not about what you think about you and what the clients think about you. It's which of those families would have died if we didn't protect them. And so from what you said, you know, from starting Marissa, and I know you're going to have you on first, but tell us how long you've been in the business first. And I'd love to start with you and do a quick interview with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay? Don't mind
Loud and
the
clear.
airport. Okay, airport background music. First of all, thanks for having me on, you guys. It's an honor to even be on here. I started back in July, end of July of last year, so just around 8-9 months now. Got introduced to the business on social media and basically quit my job of 3.5 years to just go full force with FFL.
Okay, so now, so fast forwarding, not even a year, right? Your agency is doing over $250,000 a month. But most importantly, how many people have you personally enrolled?
So contracted right now, I think in my back office, I have just about 100 agents, 20 to 22-ish writing, and did 260 last month, trying to grow. Okay.
We're all trying to grow because what's tough is that I remember that spot from 150, you know, to 300, 150 to 350 like it was yesterday. And it's one of the hardest parts in the business is just getting to 500, right? Getting to 400, 500. I hear this question a lot of times, Marissa, and Marco, we'll get to you here right after, but I hear this question a lot of time, Marissa, is this. I'm just getting started. My agency's doing 30 grand a month, 35 grand a month. How much support should I be giving my agents? Should I be giving them leads? Should I take them in the field? Should I, you know, what should I do? What do you do?
So Jordan, that's actually a good question and resonates with me a lot because I have been somebody who wanted it so bad for everyone else that I think, you know, hearing you and hearing other, you know, a lot of my mentors, you know, I was doing too much. So I think I'm just now learning, and I didn't learn that when my agency was doing 30 grand, 40 grand, even 100 grand. I didn't learn that until recently, that it's a very fine balance between, you know, you got a lot of people say between enabling and empowering. So you want to give them enough support to empower them to get in the field, to empower them to believe that they can do it. So for me, what I've been doing recently is straight up bringing somebody on, laying down more expectations when you hire them of you do have to buy leads, you probably have to travel depending on the area that you're in, and I will be here to support you and help you. But I've put so much of my own skin in the game that I think agents, you know, I've done too much. So any advice that, you know, I've learned and can give on this call is it's a fine balance between empowering them to believe they can do it and getting their own skin in the game, getting them to buy leads. Hey, maybe they only have $300 for leads. Okay, cool, I'll match you. If you can give 300, I might give 300 versus what I've done in the past is, okay, you have $0, I'll buy all your leads for you. And I've lost a lot of agents like that because they don't have skin in the game.
Yeah. So if you're not taking notes, guys, I mean, I mean, act like I gave you $100 bill and you got $17 of it. That's what you're doing if you're not taking notes. So go grab a notepad. The one thing I just wrote down is there's a fine line between enabling and empowering. There's the fine line between inspiring and showing off as well from an agency standpoint. Would you agree?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I think a lot of people love to show this lifestyle and all this bullshit, but what motivates people and inspires people is not having people make money off them that aren't doing anything, right? Not having people who who used to sell in the field 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 27 years ago. I used to do this or I used to do that, right? And now they're showing their jets. Hey, check out my jet. Hey, if you just said this in the home, John, you haven't been in the house for 27 years, right? So write this down. Fine line between enabling and empowering. Fine line between inspiring and showing off. And I tell you guys that because as you build a big agency, when I say big agency, I mean $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a month outside 2 legs. I'm talking $50,000 a month passive income. That's when your job really gets started. That is when the fun begins, because that's when you get to see what you're made of. Are you in it for the money and for selfish reasons, or are you in it for the grind? One thing I love about Sean and I love about Family First Life is the company's been around 7 years. Okay. 3 years, they didn't make any money. Okay. So that's 4 years that we might maybe had money. You want to talk about new money? You want to talk about hungry? You want to talk about up at 5 a.m.? You want to talk about up at 4 a.m.? Like, who do your people want to follow? So I get so passionate about it because, like, if you expose people to Sean Mike on YouTube and then send them the 98% CEO Glassdoor, someone goes, Jordan, which videos do I send to new people I want to show the business? I'm like, all of them. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Let me ask you this, Marissa. How many people have you direct messaged on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or Snapchat in the last, let's call it 10 days, just ballpark?
I would say anywhere from 25 to 50 a day, really, really hitting Instagram really hard.
I love that. Me and Brittany, we sent 50 this morning, and you know what I love, dude? When you can embrace the grind, but you know that you're grinding for a reason, dude. Like, we look at these areas, we're like, where does this person live? Illinois, Missouri. I'm like, dude, if we got someone to make 10 grand a week in Missouri, they're basically Kanye West. Like, they're basically balling. You start making 40 grand a month in Missouri, dude, I'm telling you, you're balling. Someone just asked me again, right? What videos? So what is FFL? 5 minutes with Sean Mike. Glassdoor, Family First Life. If you can't find that on YouTube, you probably can't figure out an EF or Assurance Bay. Okay, there's 2 or 3 videos. If you still don't know what I'm talking about, just call me directly or ask your vice president. Marissa, what's your favorite recruiting tool, and what's the number one reason why you're at FFL?
Recruiting, as in, I gotta say social media, 100%, you guys. My favorite recruiting tool. 1, it's free. 2, it's not anything that we're doing. It's not hard. It's not anything that we're doing outside of our daily lives. I mean, we're scrolling on Instagram all day. We're on Facebook all day, posting trainings, looking at trainings. It takes nothing out of you to go and send messages. The other reason I like it, you guys, is because, like, when you start to send those messages to people, Jordan, and you start to get these people reaching out to you, you realize how bad they really do need to be saved. And it becomes not about you. And these guys they're not looking for another job because they don't even know they need to be saved. So you're not going to find them on ZipRecruiter. You're not going to find them on Indeed or Craigslist because they're not looking. So when you message them, and I was sitting with you last week with this guy on solar. He said, I make an $8,000 sale. I messaged him on Instagram. I make an $8,000 sale. I make $800 on it. My commission's at 10%, and he doesn't even know that he needs to be saved. So social media, you guys, to expose an opportunity to people who don't even know they need it. Recruiting that's 100% my top one. Why I'm at FFL, guys, it's been clear to me that being around, 1, the culture, regardless of the money and the financial stability that we can build for ourselves. You guys, the culture, I've never been around people who want to win so bad and people who are willing to all go to the top together. Okay, so everyone, you're having me on this call today, being able to learn from you guys. We all want to go to the same place, and just being around that winning culture, it's almost like the money's a byproduct, but if we made half as much as we do, it's almost like it would still be the best place to be. So there's that, and the fact that there's just no other opportunity like it, you guys. I have 2 degrees. I went to college for 5-6 years, and there's nothing that I could be doing that's going to set me up in a better place and allow me to help as many people as we're going to be able to help.
So 2 things I took away from that. Number 1, write down the word intention. Okay. I'm going to challenge you all right now on this call, the let me guess. Okay. The 80 of us, to take your social media right now. Like if I would just screen record my screen right now, and I don't think you guys can see me, but I have my apps, and they say income activity. So my income activity has my Snapchat. Well, actually I don't have a Snapchat anymore. My Instagram, my all my quote tools, my Slack, because what that does for me is that allows me to ask myself, am I using this tool to make money, or am I using it as a distraction? Caitlin Blackburn said to me, most people, we all have distractions. Most people can't eliminate distractions. Okay. So you have to look like I'm doing it right now. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, is social media making or costing me? Is social media making me money or costing me money? Markel Colum asked, what is your initial response, reach out message? Marissa, I know yours is unbelievable. So I'm going to let you go in 1 second, and then we'll have you jump off, because I say this, you have to be genuine. Okay. So if you haven't talked to someone in 100 freaking days or whatever, or you haven't ever, talked to them in 10 years, say they were, so let's use 2 examples. Someone who I haven't talked to in 10 years who I know, and then someone who's at another insurance company. Okay. So say Marco's at another insurance company, I'd be like, yo, what up? I'd be like, dude, Marco, I see we're in the same industry. Are you killing it over there? Right? Because what happens is he's like, oh yeah, I'm killing it. And then you get to ask them what killing it looks like, or tell me a little bit more, dude. I want to learn. Like, what is killing it to you guys, right? What does that look like? Dude, that's awesome. Can we meet up to show me, can we meet up so you can show me the comp plan? So if they're in insurance, I want them to recruit me, because then I'm like, I'll get them to give me all. So there's an old saying, when a CEO walks into a conference room of executives, and there's 8 executives, he doesn't walk in the room and start just saying what he thinks right away. He comes up with the table or the agenda, and he says, so tell me what you guys are thinking. Perfect. Tell me a little bit, because now I know what everyone's thinking, and I can get a better idea and a better idea and a better idea of what their why is. Okay. Now, if I haven't talked to someone in 10 years, and Marissa, you still okay on time with us?
Yep.
Okay. When I haven't reached out to someone, I'll say, dude, I mean, we obviously haven't talked in 8 years. So I just wanted to get straight to the point. Are you recruitable or open to a new career? Because I'm not trying to be like, hey bro, let's catch up. How are you? Let's do this. Because you have to tell people how serious you take this. And if you don't up front, you have to tell them now. Hey Marissa, I'm sorry. I need to apologize to you. I didn't tell you how serious I take this business. This business to me is life or death. This, for my family, for the Lowrys, this is essentially life or death. This is like real estate on steroids for my family. And I'm sorry I didn't make that clear to you. So are you actually going to dial the leads and drive 2.5 hours in traffic? Or are you just going to go home and cry when it's hard? I'm sorry I didn't stress that enough to you. And then I've got one more thing I want to share, and I want to turn it over to you, Alex, and me, you and Marco can jump in. Marissa, share with us your opening on Instagram that you used last week, where you were just slaying them. Show us that intro, or give us that intro.
Okay, perfect. So first thing, Jordan, is I actually, when I'm on Instagram, I'm not looking for insurance agents. So I found out when you look up insurance agents, there's a lot of FFL people, they're already going to be following them. So what I'm looking for is car sales, maybe girls who sell, Arbonne or fitness, whatever it is, people who are already in sales of some sort, but not insurance sales. So what I do is I look up, hashtag sales, or sometimes even weird ones, hashtag sales life. I go down to the recent posts, I'll click on them, and I'll just send a message like this. Hey, just wanted to reach out and see if you have heard of our company. I noticed you're already in sales and killing it. We're looking for driven people to help us service the leads we have and make great money. Are you open to a conversation? That's all I say. And no matter what they do, Jordan, I always give them a compliment because I don't want to be putting down what they're already doing because they don't know. So I just say, it looks like you're already really awesome at sales. It looks like you're already killing it. Are you open to a conversation?
Absolutely. And if they're not your person because they're closed-minded, right? They're closed-minded. Someone asked, what is the best recruiting phase? The best recruiting phase I've ever thought of is all of them. But I said one last week, and Cassie Darby posted it on her Facebook. And if you don't follow her, you're going to know her next year. She's going to explode next year. She's in pre-launch. I said, I've never made more money. I've never been happier, and I've never had more time freedom. Who do you know? I know you're super busy, Alex, because I know you're crushing it. Like, say you're a business owner, multi-million-dollar business owner. Alex said, hey, I know it's not for you because I know you're insanely busy. But who in your friends or family or network is looking to get into high commission insurance sales? I'm looking to partner with one person because you're not looking to hire everybody. Everyone can be an agent, yes, but those aren't my partners. My partners are guys like Alex Peraza, who wakes up most days at 5 a.m. Most days is in the gym inspiring people. What I mean by that is Marco, are you looking for one person to freaking run as harder than you are?
Absolutely.
So when you say that, I've never been happier. I've never made more money. I've never had more time freedom because I get to work from my phone. I'm looking for one. That's how Dave Witchard recruited Eric Hamadi. That's how Witchard recruited Hamadi. I'm looking for one person to partner with and change the insurance industry forever. Sounds pretty powerful. I had to sign up, dude. I was crawling in the Arizona desert, strapping down mobile homes before I did this, driving Uber. So I'm looking for one person. Marissa, any other tips, tricks, ideas? I know keeping it simple is best, but I love your attitude of, okay, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Whatever it is. There's no bullshit. Whatever it is, she'll do it. What do you have for us to leave us before you jump on your flight?
Yeah, I think that for one, you guys, is when I was like, I don't know anything. You know what I mean? So if Jordan Lowry says do it, if Sean Mike says do it, if Grady Polson says do it, just do it. Even if it seems I don't know what I'm doing, just do it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, guys, is when you're trying to grow an agency, I've kind of learned over these last roller coaster months is when you're trying to grow because you want to grow your IP, it's not going to work. If you grow out of, I want to help this other agent make 10K this week, I want to help this other person make 30K this month, and you're trying to help other people, organically you're going to grow, and it doesn't even feel like work at all. So I think, guys, if you're trying to grow, you almost have to shift your focus on how do I help other people, and the growth is going to come. How do I get this person to make 10K? How do I get this person to recruit 10 agents? Hey, reach out to your agents. Hey, you guys need to post on your social media so you can get agents, and make it about growing the people who are coming with you, not about growing yourself.
Y'all, drop me in the chat, all panelists, all attendees, make sure you click it. Drop me an M2. If we get 50 of these, she'll drop her script. She'll copy and paste it for you, Casey. So Marissa, we appreciate you. No one travels more. No one works harder, wherever she is, freaking Washington, Alaska, Wyoming, Whitefish, Florida, whatever, she works hard. Okay. So if you need something, hit her up. Jared Lee's also a great recruiter. You can hit up him. I would highly recommend looking into him. Jared Lee on Facebook, Marissa Mazziotti. Marissa, have a safe flight, and we appreciate you getting on. We'll see you
Thanks
at
so much
500
for having
grand
me
this
on,
summer.
Jordan.
You got it.
Absolutely. I'll drop the script right now. Thanks, guys.
Alex, since we have the three of us on here and we all have been growing like crazy, I would love for you to host and Q&A us. And because you don't, like Marco has kids, me and you don't have kids, right? So we're all going to have a different perspective. So I would love for you to host Q&A. I'm going to jump off in 15 minutes. Let's just bounce back and forth. Let's see how many people we can help.
Absolutely. So I'll definitely interview both of you killers. You guys are both badasses over here. So I have some questions. If you guys have questions, by the way, everybody that's watching this right now, we got 80 plus people. So Jordan and Marco, if you guys have questions for Jordan and Marco, drop it in the chat right now, because I'm going to ask them, including the ones I have already. First of all, Marissa, you absolutely crushed it. That was fantastic. Love having you on the call. Now we got these two badass killers. So first thing I want to ask both you guys, and you guys can, I guess, Marco can go first, and then Jordan.
Just ask questions, and Marco and I will figure it out based on who's better to answer.
Okay, you got it. So yeah, what drives you with when you hire an agent? Like, how do you what's driving you to grow quickly, and what's your motivation with building a massive company, an agency with FFL?
All right. So for the first thing that I would say, man, is thank you for having me, by the way. And I appreciate your comment. You keep saying we're killers. Dude, I'm not no killer. I'm just a regular dude, regular person. And the reason why we've been having this growth is, number one, is because, I mean, I'm with a great team, Family First Life in general, Family First Life USA West Coast, and then Josh and Alondra. I mean, they're just amazing leaders, dude. And they, every single thing that they tell us to do, that they tell me to do, I do it. I don't question it. I don't second guess them. I never try to sit there and process what my leadership tells me to do. If the leadership says, hey, that's a squirrel and that looks like a bunny to me, I'm going to be like, that's a squirrel. And I'm going to tell everybody on my agency or everybody in my team, hey, that's a squirrel. And we're just going to run with it, because maybe there's something figured out that they know that's working for them. And that's what I listen to. I listen to people who have the result that I want. And I heard that from Sean. Sean said, you don't have to be like that person. You don't have to, like, you know how people say, oh, I want to be like you. You don't want to be like that person. You want to have that result that they have. Therefore, you do the things that they do. And I think, and I think that's what I got really good at doing, which anybody can do. I mean, you could be dumb. I don't consider myself like smart or genius, but that's what I do. And the motivation, man, is dude, I've been in the industry since I was 19. I'm 24 now. And I was at a different company. I was at a different company than Family First Life. That is sub part of it. It's nothing close to what Family First Life is. And I just know that being here, dude, there's nothing like it. The speed of how a brand new person can come into the company and be, because in the industry, a 6-figure earner is like a big deal. Like if you make 6 figures, 100,000 in the industry, you're like a rock star at other companies. And how fast someone can go to zero to that here just blows my mind. And anybody can do it. You don't have to be at the top of your like structure hierarchy or anything. The bottom layer can come in and do that. And so to me, it's just about, hey, you know what? How much people can we actually go out there and impact and help to become 6-7 figure earners? And it'd be pretty cool if we can get to, you know, a crazy number all over the country to be able to say, hey, you know what, because of Family First Life and because of working with that agency, you know, our lives change. So I think that right there is.
Let me ask you this, Marco.
Yeah.
What's the most money you ever deposited in a month before you came to FFL? Bonuses, everything. What's the biggest month?
52,000.
Okay. What about now? More?
I think it was just so Jordan, I mean, I don't like to brag about that stuff, you know, or anything. Please like do. That, you know?
It's not bragging. It's, dude, you're 24. When I was 24, I made $432 every 2 weeks.
Dang, that's crazy, man. But so check this out. So I've been my income's just been going up. especially since since I've been here, dude. Since I've been here, like never in Family First Life has it been like a bad month, because a bad month is still a really great month here, which is kind of crazy. But dude, this month in the month of, what were we just in May? In May, I probably deposited close to probably like 65,000-70,000.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you've been with FFL for how long?
Since October. October was my first month of actually being like having code numbers and stuff, because they had to switch over from the other company or whatever. Yeah, man.
So tell me how many people you think you can have by October of this year. How many people can you get a paycheck?
How many people can we get a paycheck? I think like 300.
300. I think easily 300, 400. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's where we're, because right now we're like at 100 something writers, like 105 or something like that. So I think we can explode, because once like what people don't get is that the hardest part is always the beginning. Like you guys talked about it, from 0 to like that 150. That's when you're still like figuring. I mean, and I'm still figuring. Everybody's still figuring things out. But like that's the hardest part, because that's when you're like, once you break through that, and then once your team gets to a certain level, like the interest rate of a big team just starts to compound like crazy. So then it's not just you recruiting, but it's you and a whole entire army of people going out there and just, recruiting, and it just takes on a life of itself. And then you just keep doing what you do. And next thing you know, man, you can't even stop it, even if you tried, really.
Love that.
Absolutely,
Peraza,
dude.
what you got for us?
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, that's insane that you were already making, like a lot of money before you came here. Which leads me to my next
It was
question.
1 month, dude. It was 1 month. It was 1 month. So my best year. So you should have asked me my best year, because I had a big month at the last place, dude. But it's like, you guys ever been to Six Flags? There's a ride called Goliath. Right. It goes really, really, really high, and then it has this drop. Dude, it was the Goliath, dude. It was like this, dude. So,
dude, that's because it's that's just like, let me touch on this before that next question. That's why all freaking MLMs and dude, that's it. Because what happens is, when it's not great for the agent who's doing the most work 97% of the time, they quit. It's a business on sand. And so why we're so freaking great here is, when you come in at 100 or 110, dude, when I wrote $28,000 on 105% comp, when I was writing 14,000 on a 40%, I thought I was Jay-Z. I was like, dude, I'm making 20 a month. I don't have anyone to manage. I'm good. I'm retired. My parents make 30 grand a year. I make 20 grand a month. I'm done. But what happened was, I got addicted. Jay-Z Lowry. Thanks, Cassie. Sometimes I just can't help it. I have ADD. So whatever comes in, it comes out. But what happens is, I started realizing that, your lifestyle goes up. You get sick. Like, my grandma can't talk. So I was like, well, what if I can't talk? What if I have a stroke? Or what if I get sick? So I was like, okay, how quick can I get 10? Okay, how quick can I get 20? How quick can I get 30? Because, right, 10% of 10 is 100. 10% of 20, 200. 10% of 30, 300. 10% of 70 is 7 freaking hundred. So, and then all your guys get to get paid too. You don't have to hold anyone down at 30, 40, 50. What was your starting comp at your practice endeavor?
30.
What was your comp after you got your first promotion?
40.
Okay. Next question. Next question.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think that kind of answers my next question. But basically, my next question was, how did you get recruited, right? And what did they say to you to recruit you, right? Because I myself have been trying to recruit people from other companies, and I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Because sometimes you have to be very kind of delicate sometimes with how they see their business and their company. So how are you recruited? And Jordan, you can say the same thing. How you were recruited as well.
Okay, I'll give you tips because even when I was at that other company, I was recruiting people from other companies. I could never recruit a family first life agent though, man. I could never recruit them, dude, like ever. But I would recruit people from like the other companies, you know, like the other MLM companies and whatever. But I got recruited, dude, because I hit a promotion. I did like this crazy 90-day run promotion thing, and I got promoted all the way up to a 75, right? Which is kind of mind-boggling, right? A 75. And I seen an ad of FFL on Facebook, and it said starting at 100%. And I was like, that's fake as hell. How do I do all this to get to a 75 and you're gonna just start me just because I walked through the door? You're gonna start me at 100? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I really couldn't. I would show all the people in the office where I was at, all my higher ups. I'll be like, hey, check this out. Look, this company says it can start us at 100. What do you think? And they same thing. They were like, dude, that's fake. That's not true. Yeah, right. But I seen the name Family First Life. And then so it just like stuck to the back of my head. And then one day I was going through it. I was having a bad month and it was just not going well. So I reached out to Family First Life and they inquired, they sent me an email. And I'm like, well, where's your guys' office at? I want to hear more about it. And they're like, oh, we don't have offices. We're still remote. And I was like, oh, you see, no wonder they give me 100%. They don't even have an office. At least I have an office. Like, I had to justify to myself, you know, like, why I have to stay here. And
Marco, I thought the same thing, dude. I was like, because I started at a 40, then I worked my way to a 50. Then they were parading me in front of everybody. Then I earned a 62.5. And then I earned a 75, but I had to write on 50.
Okay.
And I saw that they started people at 100, and I was like, that can't be real. Like, how does the insurance company make money? And then I opened my eyes that the insurance companies have more money than the banks, and they could probably pay us 500% if they wanted to. And Sean Mike goes to bat for us 140, 145, 145 plus the bonus, 150, right? Plus the 8%, 158. Dude, the insurance, I was like, dude, there's no way that could be real. I was like, there's no way they would give me that comp. And literally, Ashley Gronberg was like, yeah, we'll give you a 95. I was like, you're going to give me a 95? How much advance? Like, is that as earned? No, 9 months. I'm like, 9 months, dude. And I was at a 65% advance.
Right.
So,
dude,
I mean,
that's the craziest
it's
part.
Night and day. So if you're at somewhere else and you're not getting paid 100% comp, what should they do, Marco?
They should resign immediately and
Run.
come on board. Yeah. Run. Yeah, come home to FFL.
Come
and that
home.
Was crazy, dude. I started watching all the videos. I would watch videos of everybody. Like, I would watch podcasts of you guys. I would watch all these videos because it was like I knew it was real and I knew like FFL was taking over, but it's somehow, some way I didn't want to admit it to myself. But I like subconsciously was already recruited at FFL. And then I was at the office with Josh and Alondra at the other company. And I remember I was a higher up and they were not as high ranked. And I remember them coming to my office and asking for help. And you can see the desire that they had, that they wanted to do something. Obviously that system is just, it has a lot of, that whole system in general is flawed. So they left and they go to FFL. Well, I already knew of FFL, but I just didn't know, me personally, I didn't know anybody like that I personally knew that was there and killing it. So when they left and they started killing it, dude, and Josh reaches out to me. At that time, I was at my best at the other place. And he says, hey, bro, you still content with everything that you got going on? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'm doing all right. I'm like making like 200,000 a year. It's all right. It's decent, But then like 6 months later, dude, that's when Josh and Alondra like blew up. And I was watching it all. I'm like, dude, they had us block all of them. Like they would make us block their social media. I had to block them and everything. And then I remember just one time, dude, I think that's when they made $100,000 in a month. And I was like,
yeah,
what? $100,000 in a month? And then so I asked to see if it was real. And then I seen their like check thing, the bank, the direct deposit. And I was like, damn, I'm out. I'm done with this. I'm going to FFL. And that's when I made the decision, dude. I made a decision to go to Family First Life. And dude, my Jordan, my initial thought was I'm gonna go to FFL and I'm not even gonna bring an agency over. I'm not gonna bring my team. I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm just gonna come and I'm just gonna get really good at selling. And then later on, everybody's gonna come on board. Dude, as soon as I left and I didn't tell anybody, like everybody was like, what the heck? This dude went to FFL. And so, dude, people just started coming on board. So I'm so glad Josh Alondra said, don't do that. Talk to everybody, because just trust me on that. I wanted to wait. That would have been a huge mistake. But could you imagine? I wanted to wait till I got good at this and figured it out to start recruiting.
Millions of dollars.
Yes,
millions.
Yes.
Millions. And no one understands that better than you and people that have been in the industry. Maybe people that have had management contracts, you know, myself, Billy Tompkins, Nina and Hayden. Oh my God. Marco, I wish I would have recruited you. I feel so soft. But dude, the one thing I love about Family First Life is regardless of if we work together, we all work together, right? If you send me 100 agents, I'm going all in on those 100 agents at my office, and we're stacking them under you. Like that's what I love about Family First Life is there's no lack. There's no lack of money, no lack of leads. So Marissa said, what if they say that they have free leads? So I always want to stay in control. So I'll say, that's awesome. My first company, or I know a lot of companies that offer that as well. When you say free leads, let me ask you this. Are you good at math?
Yeah.
If not, we can do it together. But they say yes usually, because no one says, no, I'm not good at math. I mean, whatever. But you say, or we can do it together. Let's be really, really conservative and say that you've worked your way up to a 60 and we'll start you at 100. Okay, that's a 40% difference. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now is you're either going to bet on yourself or you're going to bet against yourself. Okay, Marco? But 40 is the smallest because you could earn up to a 145 here, where the difference would actually be over 100% per sale. But let's be small and just start with a 40% difference per sale. Is that fair?
Yeah.
The average premium here is $83 a month, which is $1,000 a year. So the average commission difference is going to be a $400 difference per sale, meaning those free leads cost you $400 per sale. And there's no limit to how many sales you can make. Our average full-time agent makes 6 sales a week. What's 6 times 400, Marco?
2,400, right?
Yeah, 2,400. So that's costing you $2,400 a week just as an average. Can you run that monthly for me?
Yeah. What is it? Like 9,000 something?
Yeah, 8,800, maybe 9, depending on how many weeks. Let's call it $9,000. So they're taking $9,000 a month from you, right around 106,000 a year for your free leads. Are you sure that they're free? Why don't we get you in at a 105? You know what? If you bring 5 people, we'll give you a 110.
Damn, that's great.
Are you good at math? Right? Nothing. You and I both know nothing's free. Is your guys' life insurance free for your customers? All right, shut up.
Right.
Right. Guys, I'm gonna jump off here in one more minute, but I want to go over one more thing here while you guys finish up here for the next 10, 15, 20, whatever you run. Is you have to ask people. You have to get deep with them in their situation. You have to find out how much money they deposited last month via their business account. How much went out of their business account? Ask them when you're recruiting them. Have you ever been self-employed, or have you always been employed? Have you been an entrepreneur? Are you sure you're ready to be an entrepreneur? Because no one's going to kick your ass out of bed. You have to hire and fire yourself daily. And the first year of any business is the toughest. So are you sure you're ready for that challenge? Yes. Okay. You're going to learn some things. Like you said earlier, Marco, this is why I wanted to get to this. I'm going to say some things and we're going to teach you some things here that might sound completely backwards. Like everything you've ever learned, it might sound like I'm going to say something that's going to work and you're going to be like, that's never going to work. What I need you to do, Marco, is I need you to trust me for 60 to 90 day periods at a time until I completely screw you up. And if I completely screw you up, then you can try something different. But I'm telling you, this works. Is that cool?
Yes.
I got your back. Okay. You're going to make money while we make money. You're going to earn while you learn. So you're going to get prosperity. And then I say, you're going to get prosperity in 3 or 4 days. I want you to get your first 10 appointments before any of the other carriers come in. This is just learning period. Then by your 10th appointment, you should have Americo, possibly John Hancock and Aetna and AmAm. From there, your 11th appointment to your 99th appointment, your goal is to break even. If you break even, you did good, right? Like, I mean, this is me setting the expectation.
Yeah, that's good.
And are you actually going to dial the leads? Are you if it's 6:30 and you're an hour across town and your next appointment is 2.5 hours past your house, are you actually going to go? If not, it's okay. But this might not be a good fit because Family First Life, we're only in year 7. And I just want to be really direct. This is the elite of the elite. You can be part-time, but if this is your only income, I really only want you to work with us if you're ready to commit. Because that's how I coach my team. That's what I tell them. I say, it's not you, it's me. That's just me. I'm crazy. I have ADD. That's how I coach.
No, that's great, dude. That's a good filter. You're filtering out who from the very beginning, who's gonna waste your time from what it seems like, or who's gonna be serious. And that, it's like you're picking your starting 5 versus all the people that show up. You're picking the starting 5 right from the jump.
Yep. Yep. And asking them if they really want to be an entrepreneur. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's something I've been learning as a hiring manager is I need to be like, I want to weed out weak people. I just want winners, right? Jose Patino, you had a question, dude. I'm actually going to allow you to talk real quick.
Yeah.
Up on the call, dude. Patino, dude, we love you, bro. Let me see if
you got to give him that host connection. Marco, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great running this with you. If you need anything, obviously call me just like anytime. But Peraza, proud of you, bro. Let me know if you guys need anything. Anyone on this call, let's finish this strong. 15 more minutes. And then, hey, go beast mode for 2 or 3 hours and then enjoy some time with family. Or go beast mode for 10 hours. If your bank account doesn't reflect beast mode, then you got to go beast mode all day. So love you guys. Let me know if you need anything.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you so much, Jordan, dude. You absolutely freaking crushed it, bro. Thank you so much for being on the call. We got Patino supposedly joining us. It's going to take a second. But, dude, first of all, that's everything you just said was like straight fire. So, first of all, guys, FFL has offices now, right? So everybody drop 400 in the comments right now. If Marco is absolutely crushing this call, same thing with Jordan. Drop 400 in the comments right now if this has been super helpful for you guys. We're going to 400 offices. We're going to have all the offices on the planet. So, so just to touch on, you were saying your last company didn't even sound real, dude. I completely resonate with that completely because I saw advertisements for Family First Life like a year before I joined. And I said, dude, none of this looked real at all. And this must be like complete bullshit basically, because there's just no way. I mean, I've worked my way up. I was like literally, I was a producer, right? But I was the number 1 producer in the country there at the previous company and consistently every single month. And I was like, dude, and I was like, how do I build a team? And they're like, oh, well, you're at 80%, but really you're only getting half. So you're at 40% and you're basically writing at 40%. And I was like, well, how do I move? They're like, you can't. You're just kind of stuck where you are. You just have to basically stay an agent for like 2 more 3 years till I retire. And I was like, I can't do that. Like that, like I need to grow. I want to move. I want to get going. And so then in FFL, basically I was collecting 40% comp. Here, I was actually, started off at 100, going up to 105, 110, 120, right? And then all the way to 145. It's like unbelievable. I mean, guys, you have to understand my income tripled overnight. That's everybody on this call. You guys have to realize your income, like from other companies, their income will triple overnight when they come in, and probably quintuple, right? So
no, dude, this is why, Alex, this is why we couldn't believe that FFL was real. You know why? Because most other places in the industry are so crappy that when something this good pops up, it's almost like it's too good to be true. it's too good to be true. Like our brain is like almost wired to think that this industry is supposed to be crappy, like, because that's all we're used to and that's all we've seen and the industry has seen. So when we see something like this, it's like our brain has a defense mechanism to not think that it's real, so we don't get our hopes up or get hurt or something. That's what I think it is, dude. Because I mean, it seems like everybody thinks like that, you know? It's like if you say, hey, you start at a 70 to most people would be like, what? That's great. You know, here that comp doesn't even exist here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's crazy. And one tip, dude, that I'll give you, that I'll give everybody for recruiting people at other companies. What I do that I've noticed that works for me, and it's always worked. And I didn't always do this because sometimes, guys, I would like fight people and go back and forth with them and just be very confrontational. Like, dude, your company sucks. My company's better. I don't do that here at FFL, but I used to do it at a different company, and it never worked. I never recruited anybody like that. But what I started to do was I would follow people, and then like I would become like their fan. I would like their stuff. I would, on their stories, I would reply with like little fire emojis or like the clapping hands or whatever. If like they made a sale, or if they did if they did anything, they got some sort of recognition, I was encouraging them. And then I'll be like, good stuff, man, keep up the great work. And I would do that because, I mean, if somebody's constantly being your fan, most people are going to like it. They're going to be like, oh, thank you, man, I appreciate that. And they're going to want to reciprocate that energy, that love towards you. So then they're going to do it back to you. They'll start watching your stuff. They'll start commenting on your stuff. And then what they're going to realize by doing that is they're going to be like, wait, this guy's numbers are way better than mine. Like what's going on? You know what I mean? And
Right.
After a while of that friendship being built, because it's like a social media relationship that you've built, after a while, you can just be like, hey, man, how's everything going? And then it's very smooth, not confrontational, because you guys both have like this little social media relationship. And that's how I recruited Jose Patino. That's how I recruited a lot of my guys that I have on my agency today, is just by doing that, versus being like, hey, dude, I see you're at that company and my company's way better than yours, dude. Let me tell you why. That, for me, that hasn't, it can work, but that's caused more fights than it has, got me some team members. So they say attract bees with honey. That's kind of one of the things that I've done. And dude, that's worked for me. That's worked for me big time.
Guys, no takers are money makers. If you didn't write that down, just leave the call. Okay. That's insane, dude. Dude, Marco, that literally is going to make you, guys, that's going to make you so much money. Okay. Like, seriously, just knowing the right way to communicate with people is the highest paid skill on the planet. Right. So knowing the right way to communicate with people is the highest paid skill. And he knows how to communicate with them. There's a lot of agents, including myself, that might feel the urge to be like, hey, this company that you're with is terrible. Why would you even consider working with them? But you have to realize, they're like, even people from my previous company, when I talk to them, I don't track my previous company, because I'm like, you know what? It's a good company. I started there. I know that it's not that bad. And I know the people there are, they're just, everyone's trying to do their best, but the system there is so much, it's just holding you back by so much. And you're not going to grow. You're not going to make as much money. You're making like a third of the money you could do here. And just, I'm here to help you. If you need help, we're going to be friends. I don't want to like fight with you at all, but we'll just stay connected. We'll stay friends, and just wanted to reach out and share with you a little bit of what I'm doing too. Right. And that's the way to approach it. Not attacking the company or attacking them, because they don't even know you, or they may not know you that well. And it's just not going to work. So thank you for that, Marco. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to mention too is, you were saying you're at the other company. One thing I want to mention was, guys, if you don't quit this industry, you'll be a millionaire, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. If everybody that you hire, as long as they don't quit the industry, they can become a millionaire, right? So everybody that you hire, they can become a millionaire. So that's the way I look at somebody when I'm hiring them. I'm like, I'm potentially helping this person become a millionaire. And that way, and as long as they don't quit, as long as they stick with it, right? So that's why you also want to make sure that when you're hiring someone, you explain to them, hey, I forget what it was, something you mentioned, Margo, but basically, making sure that they understand what they have their hands on, and they're potentially leaving millions on the table if they stay somewhere else. And instead of doing it, becoming a millionaire in like 20 years, they could do it in 2 years or even 1 year here at FFL, right? And
Oh, dude, absolutely, 100%. And now, Alex, what's crazy is people can really do it here at this company, because where I was at, we would say, yeah, anybody can do it. And technically speaking, anybody can do it, but statistically speaking, and that's anywhere though, but like really at those other like MLM companies, like, dude, like the things that have to go into play, the equation that needs to be solved in order for you to make it, it's just like you're recruiting people and you know, like, damn, dude, you're not gonna make it. You are like, instead of recruiting people and be like, hey, you can make it, over there it's like you're recruiting and it's like, damn, I already know you're gonna quit, but hey, I gotta get my recruiting numbers up for me to get some claps at this weekend's, freaking conference or whatever,
right.
And,
This weekend's barbecue.
yeah. And here it's the complete opposite, dude. I'm recruiting a guy or a girl, and I'm like, man, like, dude, in 60 days from now, 30 days from now, 90 days from now, this person is gonna have so much money in their account compared to where they were at. Because usually people are coming in and they're in a certain, not everybody, but some people, especially the ones that come in where their account doesn't look the way they want it to, or maybe they can't do certain things for their family. It fires me up knowing that in 90 days, 60 days from now, like everything can completely change. And we got 20-year-olds on our agency, dude, who are doing that. And that right there, dude, is what fires me up. So like, I don't know, I just can't stop working and doing the things that I need to do, because I know there's a lot more people out there in the world like that, in our country like that need us. And if we check out too early, those people won't get saved, won't get help. So even though somebody is at a certain income level or whatever, you're making money, you're making passive income, I don't care, dude. It's not even about that. Like, that's great and everything, I'll take it, but that is not what is going to stop me. It's funny, dude, because you'll see when people start making a certain amount of money, you can see, damn, dude, it only takes 20 grand a month to buy you out. It takes 30 grand a month to buy you out. This guy right here got bought out at 50K a month. Checked out. Look at that. 50K a month. And this dude's goals and dreams, everything that he wanted to do for other people, gone, because he's taken care of. And I just want to make sure, dude, that I never become that person, because I just can't.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see numbers like Andrew Taylor. I mean, you could, once you go to a size where you're making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a month. I know it sounds fake, guys, but it's 200, 300, 400 grand a month. And this is just getting started. The company is literally we're just getting started. Like we're like a tenth of a percent of the market, right? We could explode 20 times bigger. So you can't get comfortable at 400. You have to think in your mind, how many people am I not helping by not growing even further, right? So, and I know Andrew wants to build his agency to $1 billion agency, which is going to be insane, and we're going to go way beyond that as well. Oh yeah, we forgot to ask you though. What was your best year at your previous company, dude? I got one or two more questions, and we'll finish up.
186,000.
Dude, 186,000 was your first, and that, you know what? Honestly, for most, I mean, that's not a bad income at all. But what do you think your best income at FFL is going to be at the end of the year?
At the end of this year?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. A lot.
It's going to be like 900,000 or something, or like anywhere between 700,000 to 900,000, right?
Probably, yeah, man.
And then next year it's going to be like $2-3 million.
And you know what's crazy? Like, I don't even it's almost like I don't want to accept that. You know why, Alex? Mm-hmm. Because I know there's a brand new person on our agency who's just getting started, who's never made more than 20 grand in a year. And I just don't like that scares me, bro, because I'm scared of getting comfortable. That's what scares me. I don't want to get comfortable. I want to stay in the hunt, in the grind, and just blow this thing up, dude. So yeah, well, we're gonna make a lot of money, absolutely, dude. It's just part of the, it's just part of the road. Like you said, dude, just don't quit this industry. Don't quit FFL, and you'll make it here. You will. The money is a byproduct of this system, and where a good heart can take you in this system. That money is just a byproduct of that. Like, it will happen. Don't even focus on that. Like I don't even focus on how much I'm gonna make this month, how much AP I wrote, like how much premium. Like I don't even care about that, dude. I just care about the what can we do to help agents. That's it, dude. That's all I care. And I think that's a big reason why we've experienced this type of growth, Alex. Because at my other company, I didn't have this type of growth, dude. Not like this.
Right.
Not like this. So
yeah. No, it's what you're putting out there, dude. You're putting out this energy of, hey, I don't care about me, guys. I mean, we all want to win, and I want everybody on my team to crush it. Because that's one thing I noticed too. My sister was at one of those companies actually. She wasn't at the one that you were at, but it's very similar. And she was saying, you know, she was there for like 3 or 4 years. She worked her way up to 75% or something, and regional something, right? And she was only making like 4 or 5, 6 grand a month. You know, and that was after like 4 years. And she had tried to recruit me hundreds of times, and I said, I'm not doing that. Right? I want leads. And you know, so I did car sales, but then I found leads, and that's where I got excited. And I hear a lot of people when I try to recruit them from those companies, they say, "Oh, we have a no lead system, right? Like we don't need leads." And I tell them, "Well, you don't need leads here either. I mean, we have the same exact system." What do you think? But you know, what do you think, Marco, when they say that versus no leads versus leads? Obviously, leads are way better.
Okay, well, when they said no leads or free leads?
They say, yeah, both of them, basically. They say,
all right, because look, I got a funny one, because somebody told me, do we get free leads? And I was like, it's like, okay. I was like, have you ever seen those Obama phones? The free Obama phones?
Right.
And I was like, if I told you right now, hey, I'll sell you this iPhone 12 Max Pro, or I'll give you a free Obama phone, which one would you take? If your goal was to have the best phone in the world, are you going to take that free Obama phone, or are you going to take that iPhone? Or are you going to buy the iPhone? You have, what phone do you have right now? An iPhone? So why don't you just go get the free Obama phone? Because it's not the same, doesn't do the same things. Dude, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, you got a free lead, but that doesn't mean anything. What's the quality of the lead? How old is that lead? Is it an exclusive lead? How many of those can you get? So just ask, dude, if you just ask enough questions, you'll dig up. And then when people say, oh, our company, dude, we don't have any leads. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, dude, that makes total sense. Got you. And is that, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why you guys don't have a lot of 6-figure earners and 7-figure earners, right? Because you guys have no leads. Is that why everybody's broke? Like, or like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just ask them. I always go with questions, dude. Ask questions. Oh, we don't have no leads. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so you bother your uncle at Thanksgiving every freaking time. Like you're blowing up your family's group chat constantly, trying to get everybody to get life insurance. And if you want to do that, you can do it here, but make triple the comp, right? But we don't want to do that at all, right? I can't. My family will not buy life insurance from me. I'm just letting you know, like they're not buying life insurance, but everybody else will, right? So.
Yeah, man. People love doing business with people that they don't know. They don't want to share their financials with you. They don't want to share that. Like, dude, who the heck wants their little cousin to come in and deliver a death check when they pass? Like, you know, some people will, and that's great. But most people, man, they don't. They would prefer somebody else. I think that's the best way to put it. They would prefer someone else to be that person in their life. You know what I mean? So I know, like, if my cousin worked at a bank, I don't want to bank there. I don't want to work. I don't want you to look at my stuff. You know what I mean?
I know. Leave me alone.
I'd rather have a stranger or something. But that's just how that works. And then one thing that I'll leave you guys with is make sure you're always posting on social media. I think social media is a great recruiting tool. Like once or twice or 3 times, I do it often. A lot of times a day on my Instagram stories, I'm always posting something, like whether it's like trolling the industry, whether it's just an FFL, like bragging about FFL, or just posting something. Guys, your Instagram stories are like your daily show and your daily view of your life. And you got to market yourself the way people want to see. People want to see somebody who's in the game, who's working, who's in the hunt, and is doing all the things that people say on calls to do. You can tell right away, like by how someone speaks, whether they are checked in or checked out. You can just tell. and people want to work with somebody, and people who are not even in the business can tell. So if you're checked out and you're not even, and your audience isn't even in FFL, your audience will get recruited by somebody else because of your lack of urgency that you don't have in this business. So that's something that I would say. So keep constant, don't stop posting. Even if you're not getting any traction, you will get traction, and you'll be able to blow up and just do everything that this company will allow you to do.
Absolutely, guys. Well, he absolutely crushed it. Thank you for being on the call, Marco. Everybody here got massive value from you. Drop a 777 if he dropped massive value for you guys. And actually, there's one last question. Is that cool, bro? I know you've been on here for a while. Thank you for your.
All good, dude. It's all good. All good.
So I think we all wanted to know, what word tracks do you use when you're recruiting someone? What are your favorite word tracks that you say when you're hiring someone, whether it's from another company or just someone brand new? And that we'll wrap up with that.
All right, bro. I'm not that smart. What does word tracks mean? Like, what do I say?
Basically, yeah. Like, let's say someone's at another company. What are some? I know you kind of went over a lot of different things. What are some things you say? Let's say they're at another company. What's something you'll say? To kind of like entice them to join, or also if they're a new agent and they're like, this is too good to be true. What do you say to kind of like combat that? All
right. So if they're at a different company, I'll be like, hey, Alex, I see you're with TRV Financial Group. That's a great. I mean, I'll say something like that. That threw me off. I'll be like, hey, Alex, I see you're with X company. That's great, man. Love to see young people in there, or whatever. You don't have to say the word young, but I love to see people killing it or doing well in this industry. It's such a noble profession. How long have you been involved for? Something like that, right? Like something, I always give them a compliment. I uplift them, and then I ask them, I just slide in there, how long you been doing that for? Where I really want to slide in there is, hey, dude, how long you been in insurance? But I can't just go up to somebody and be like, hey, how long you been in insurance? I got to go in there and be like, hey, man, congratulations on being in the insurance industry. You're doing great. Something. Give them a compliment. Something, right? I'm sure you can find something, right? And then,
absolutely.
And then ask them how long you've been doing it for. Then they're going to tell you, oh, I've been in the insurance business 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. And for me, the longer they've been in it, the easier it is to recruit them. Because the longer they've been in it, you know why? You know why it's easier? Because number one, they know it works. They believe that they know that if they're gonna make it anywhere, it's here. They understand that concept of you just said, if you just don't quit the industry, you'll become a millionaire.
Right.
They believe that, but their system is also, they've been there long enough to where they know that it's flawed, and you know it's flawed. So you're just trying to get them to understand that. And then you ask them enough questions to where they pretty much tell themselves that. And then it's like open game from there. So what I would be like, so how long you been in the industry? Oh, 6 years. No way, man. That's pretty exciting. What made you get started into the industry? Are you sold out to your company, or are you sold out to the industry? I always ask that question. Are you sold out to the company, or are you sold out to the industry? And if they say either or, then I go from there. But most people say the industry. Some people do say the company, though. Well, I'm sold out to my company. Oh, why is that? Oh, because I love the leadership. Got you. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. After 6 years of you being in the insurance business under that leadership, would you say you have the results that 6 years ago you'd expect to have by now? Bro, the answer is going to be no.
Right.
The answer is going to be no.
Guys, write that down.
The answer is going to be no, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, they're going to try to, if they say anything else other than yes, they're justifying, and that's it. They're recruitable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would be like, that's great, man. Well, look, I'd love to get on a Zoom with you so we can chat more about your company and more about your position in the industry. And that's it. And if they ask me if I'm open, I say, I'm always open, bro. If you can show me something better, than where I'm at, I'll sign up today. And I do that all the time. And then we get on the webinar, and I'm like, and I just break apart their comp. I break apart like anything. And I'm just like, bro, like they end up recruiting themselves after that. You know what I mean?
Dude, I absolutely love that. And I absolutely love that, guys. That was incredible. Marco, thank you. You absolutely crushed it, dude. I swear. Like, everybody's blown away. I'm blown away, dude. That was incredible, and I learned a lot, dude. Because I mean, just right there, that last thing you just said there. You know, just always tell them, hey, I'm recruitable. Yeah, try to recruit me. Like, I'm not gonna say no. Yeah, recruit me. Maybe yes. Tell me what you got. Right. I'm always open. Because at the end of the day, and one thing you should tell all your agents and everybody is be loyal to your family. That's it. That's who you should be loyal to. Not you know, your previous company or something. Right. Like, be loyal to your family, and that's why Family First Life, right? It's got it right in the name. Is the best place for everybody to be. So
that's why we have no contract, dude. Because if there's a better place, go to it. But the funny thing is you won't find it. So everybody's gonna come here.
Dude, it's insane. I mean, it's absolutely incredible and insane, the company that we're with. But thanks again, Marco. Dude, I could talk to you for hours. But
yeah, bro, absolutely. Thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
What's your handle, by the way, if people want to reach out to you?
On Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
I'm best on Instagram.
Okay.
I think it's Marco Trujillo 96. If not, it's Trujillo Marco 96. Something
Guys,
like that.
If you want to talk to the #1 new recruiter in the company, Marco Trujillo. What was it, 67?
Trujillo Marco 96.
Trujillo Marco 96 on Instagram. Hit him up. Talk to you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. And we'll talk later.